Coming into Moto 3, it's Hannah Jameson 1-1, Tinley McCoy 2-2, Zoe Moore 3-3, girls 11 to 16. Final moto on the line, 3,100 points up for grabs.
Well, there you have it, Sophie. Some consistency up on the podium. And this has been one of those classes where we've seen, the top of the field rise to the top, even if they don't start up there. As they take to the line, everybody knows what they've got to do. There you see the 22 of McCoy, and there you see the #1 ride. This is going to be a fun one. It's all going to come down to the start. We've seen most of them up, I believe, at least inside the top 5 off the start, Sophie. But as we know, completely different scenario here. Just about 11:30 in the morning. Track very rough. Laid down the water in a little bit of spots. There you see McCoy. What are you expecting out of this one?
Ooh, I mean, Hannah Jameson has been really consistent. 1-1 moto scores. She's fast. She pulls away from the pack. We just saw her trainer and coach, Jessica Patterson, right there talking to her. Jessica Patterson, obviously a multi-time champion here, so Hannah will be ready. Zoe Moore has been also very consistent with the 3-3, so we can expect a lot out of her. And then we brought up Tinley McCoy at 2-2. So the girls have been consistent here, and there's kind of some gaps in speed. So if I'm being honest, I think what we should expect is probably another 1-2-3. I hope we have some good battles, but that's just my guess.
Yeah, it's certainly possible. I mean, we often, especially up here in the booth, we do play up the inconsistency possibility, right? The big surprise, the upset. But oftentimes it is what it looks to be, right? The best are going to be the best. And we'll see whether or not the #1 is going to remain the best. Hannah Jameson, your reigning champion. Oh, big get off just off the gate. And J.Z. Ray Jones.
The number 88 out of Brooksville, Georgia is your whole shot. Hannah Jameson now pulling into the lead with Tinley McCoy just on her right.
How about that? Wasting no time there, Sophie. Immediately now down the long short chute out front. Hannah Jameson leads the way. Jones, McCoy, Harris, and Moore, your top 5, all into the 10 Commandments.
Now, Kelsey Harris there on the 74 has been very fast this year. We haven't seen much from her in the past, but this year she's had some breakout rides.
Well, this is what we've been talking about the last 2 days. This is the time to show what could have been, even if you didn't put all of the pieces together. But Harris been solid so far this week, a 4 and a 5 coming into this third moto. We'll see if she can do any better, maybe even put it on the podium.
Yep, and even if your rides weren't the best earlier in the week, sometimes this third moto is what makes or breaks. There are people who get injured in those first few motos, or maybe bike problems or something. By the end of the week, sometimes you have a couple less competitors in your class, so having a good score really makes a difference.
There you see the overalls as they run right now. It's consistency once again. At the top is a 1-1-1 and 2-2-2 for Hannah Jameson and Tinley McCoy. Moore running in the 5th place spot right now, and then Jones could be improving steadily throughout the week at a potential 5-4-3 if she's able to hang on.
She's going to have to hold off Kelsey Harris, though. She is right on J.J. Ray Jones' rear wheel.
Here we go, looking at the 92, trying to make a move up the inside. That's Gower trying to make a pass happen.
She is trying to make the pass over Young on the 64. They've got, I believe that's a 71 with Tanya right behind them, or actually now between them.
And at the front of the field, actually already seeing some separation. Monster Live going to pick your leader. Oh, problems. Wait a second. Something happened to your leader, Hannah Jameson. This is exactly what we talked about, Sophie. Anything possible here at the end of the week.
This is. Anything is possible. And that area right there that we call the Bermuda Triangle, that last corner before the finish line, we always say anything can happen there, and it just proved right.
These legends aren't because we build them up, folks. It's because they prove it time and time again. A section like that seems simple, but once again, it plays a factor into the title. We'll see whether or not we can find out at least what happened, even if we don't have a replay of it, because, man, how much did it cost her now in the number 5 spot?
4 positions. We heard from camera control that we don't have a replay, but she did just wash out in that corner.
Well, now at the moment with a 2-2-1, if she's able to hang on, McCoy takes over control of this championship. But as you see, Jameson rebounded. Doesn't look like anything's bent up. She looks very, okay from that wreck and picking up not 1, but now 2 positions. She's on the charge.
She really is, and this is why she's sitting on a 1-1 in this class, is because she has the speed for domination. And that's why she's running the number 1 plate. It just, some of these things kind of make sense. And we've seen riders, though, that come to the ranch and there's upsets. They might be running the number 1, but don't end up there. Hannah Jameson is going to make sure that's not the story for her.
Meanwhile, another battle as Jones and I believe Harris going at it. Yes, the 88 moves over and tries to hold off the charging Jones. as they jump out of Storyland now. And you can see, I mean, there's 8 ruts just on the inside of that corner. Now into 20 miles of bad road.
Yes, and J.Z. Ray Jones on that 88, one of the younger riders in this class. You can see she's a little bit smaller in stature. She's only 12 years old riding this 85, maybe Big Wheel 85 out there, or Super Mini. So still probably learning the bike, and but man, she's making it look good. Yeah,
no doubt about it. And she is putting in the work right now, as it looks like Harris was able to make that pass happen. But can she hang on to it up the inside in the Thor Sand Sweeper? It's not over yet. And a good drive right through the inside. Going to retake the position. The 88 not giving in. Jones.
She is not, but this corner is tricky.
Doesn't quite get the drive that she needed either. That's going to give the position back to Harris, as it's now McCoy, Jamison, and Harris, 1, 2, and 3. And you see at the top of your screen, the 2 beside McCoy signifying that at the moment she's still... Yeah, it's not going to be enough. I'm looking at the points right now. 4 points now for Jamison as she moved into the second place spot. So just like that, she's in control of this championship, and be curious to see, Sophie, whether or not she's going to back it down at all. A 2:03, almost flat on that last lap, just about 4 seconds faster than the leader.
I would bet that she's not going to back it down. As we see her take the outside into the 10 Commandments, she's probably going to try to make a move as soon as she can on Tinley McCoy. She wants a stack of golds.
Now Sophie, it's no secret, you're very analytical, right? You like to look at the details. Looking at these 2 riders right now, and McCoy and Jameson, what are you noticing as far as the difference goes? Where is it seem like Jameson's making the time up?
That's a really good question. One thing that I noticed about Hannah Jamison is that she's very gnarly. If I were to describe her riding style and her personality, she takes everything about racing serious. Everything off the bike is not so much. And I don't know that I always see the same type of drive out of McCoy. Very good, capable, and I guess I should say, like, proper rider. Yeah. Her technique is great. Same thing with Jamison, but Jamison is just hanging on a little bit further in the corners, charging a little bit harder. And I think that's going to make a big difference around the whole course, or around the course of the entire track.
Yeah, just kind of looking at the riding style. Just looking at the riding style of these young ladies, it seems like Jameson's got just a little bit more aggression as she takes the long way around. I mean, just opening that machine up, almost sending it to flat. And McCoy not giving up, though. She has responded, but Jamison slams the door. Wow, what a statement. And Sophie, this is yet another one of our on-track scholarship race classes. Scan the QR code on your screen to donate and help out on-track.
Yes, and on-track school helps provide schooling for racers or other individuals that are traveling and trying to gain their high school diploma.
Yeah, don't have to sacrifice the education to continue to chase your dreams, and we're riding the ride that dreams are made of here at Loretta Lynn's Ranch. 3rd moto of our girls 11 to 16, and Hannah Jameson trying to be yet another one of our riders looking at a potential sweep.
Yep, she is, and I'm watching these lines right here through the corners. We're seeing a little bit of mix-up in the ruts now. We're far enough along in the day that the individual lines in the corners are starting to get pretty rough, and the riders maybe don't want to follow around one exact rut. So I just saw Tinley McCoy jump out of a rut in the billboard turn to try and kind of mix 2 ruts and get a better line that she was hoping for. So you'll see more of that as the track starts to not only wear down, but get rougher and get a little bit more dry and hard packed throughout the day.
Well, and while creativity, it seems like, has been rewarded throughout this week, Sophie, there's a backside to that as well. If you don't fully commit, the bike doesn't go the way you want, and you wind up cross-riding. We've seen it bite riders, especially when there's a lot on the line in these last motos.
Yes, we have seen that. As now we're looking towards the 3rd place, 74 of Kelsey Harris, 88 of J.Z. Ray Jones, and the 3 of Zoe Moore coming in 3rd, 4th, and 5th place.
Yeah, haven't talked a ton about Moore in this race, but sitting at a 3.35 is enough to hold on to the bronze medal position, but you know she'd like to at least get back up in the mix, especially with those 2 just in front of her.
That is true. She wants another medal, and those girls are within her line of sight. Let's look at best lap times. 2:08.6 is Zoe Moore's best. J.Z. Ray Jones, 2:08.9 and a 2:08.8 for Kelsey Harris. So all very close in lap time, so this could be a fun battle to watch.
Absolutely, yeah. Awesome job there to the crew, bringing up those flow racing lap times, and it's close and it's consistent. We've been watching these lap times lap after lap, even if they're not on the screen, and they're not fluctuating a lot, which just goes to show how intense and how fit these young ladies are. The future of female motocross racing looking bright as ever.
Yes, they have to be fit if they want to go up and race the women's class. This girls' class is a 15-minute moto. Women's class here is 20. And then if they want to move on to the pro ranks, currently they're doing 15-minute motos, but those tracks are rougher and they're bigger. So that's something for these girls to look forward to, and I know they're watching the older women, hoping that they can be up in the ranks just like the young men are.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, Mayla Herrick getting the job done here this year, and we had the WMX champ Lachlan Turner with us earlier this year as well, or this week as well, excuse me, and one of our on-track graduates as well.
Yes, yeah. Congratulations to the on-track graduates. Last night had their graduation. I'm sure that was pretty awesome, and they had prom the night before.
Yeah, no doubt about it, getting the full experience here at the ranch. And yeah, all kinds of impressive alumni from that on-track school program. Hayden Deegan, Ricky Carmichael, the list goes on. Trey Kennard actually up in the tower with us saying he was an alumni as well. So big things have been happening and continue to happen over there. And once again, this is one of those on-track scholarship races. You can scan the QR code to help on-track and their mission to help our athletes continue their education. And it's continuing right now. To slowly pull away is Harris, but Zoe Moore has creeped into the number 4 spot. And the number 3 wants that 3 position. And that may be the first consistent 1s, 2s, and 3s all across the podium that we've seen so far this year, I think.
I think it is, yeah. I've been down there doing a lot of those championship podiums, and you would not believe the amount of crazy numbers that I've been reading off.
Yeah, you're down there, you're trying to coordinate who's going to win, look like an air traffic controller.
Thank you I think that's a compliment. So I
handled it well. No collisions. So
thank you very much. No aircraft collisions, so we were safe down there. But yeah, tons of crazy. I mean, there was in pro sport 811 or something for second place, and we just all sorts of crazy scores. So yeah, this is oddly consistent for this year, although I will say this year has been a little bit more inconsistent than usual. Would you say?
I agree. But that's the thing. You never know what you're going to get here at the ranch year to year even. And this one's been exciting for sure, as is this battle for the 3rd place spot. Zoe Moore currently enough to continue the 3rd place in the championship, so she doesn't have to make this pass per se, but clearly, Sophie, by the riding language, is now she's going to try to cut to the inside in the Bermuda Triangle. She's not settling at all.
No, she is not settling. Kelsey Harris is definitely has to look out because lap times, Zoe Moore's been just a little bit faster. Not quite half a second, but they're, only half a second apart. So that's only going to take a couple of laps.
Yeah, it's still pretty close. And the 2-lap car was out. Don't know if you caught that, Sophie. So coming down to the tail end of this race, if she's going to make it happen, she's got to do it soon.
She will. And I was watching those girls in the Bermuda Triangle area, and I'd just like to point out that is a very tricky corner. We saw Hannah Jamison go down there earlier. People try and make passes, but that corner tends to have a lot of hard-packed dirt, especially at the exit as they're going into that jump phase, which makes that a very tricky area, which is actually why we see a lot of passes and a lot of mistakes. So there's still some chances for Zoe Moore to make some moves on Kelsey Harris.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's a give and take as well. You hug that tight inside, as we've seen, especially on these size bikes or smaller. You sacrifice the acceleration coming out. You can't make that double, and that can cost you big time on the following, especially if there's a checker flag waiting. So we'll see how the line choice is going to play into this. Look at this, cutting lines back across to the right-hand side of the track. Zoe Moore, she got the memo. 2-lap card is out. It has got to happen now.
I got the memo too. I'm going to head down to this podium.
There it is, absolutely. Take
care of these ladies.
Thank you. Sophie Phelps heading down, going to get the scoop to whoever winds up being in our top 3 in the moto and celebrating the top 3 overall in our girls 11 to 16 final moto of the day. And the number 3, Zoe Moore, not done yet. Oh, hang on to it, and Zoe Moore's down, just like that. Was going forward through the 20 miles of bad road, and you could see it coming. Could not stop. Got just a little bit off balance. And hit the ground. Absolutely heartbreaking. So Moore, we'll see where she picks back up at. And that could have championship podium implications as well. We welcome Kevin Wyndham back into the booth. Kato, this one's been exciting. The cream has risen to the top, whatever the saying is, but at the end of the day, Moore, that could be a big one. I'm still waiting for time and scoring to update. She may have just given the podium spot away if she can't make some passes happen.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see as they are just starting to come across the finish line there. But right now on screen is going to be the number 1. She had a little bit of issue in this moto as well in the Bermuda Triangle, but rebounded nicely. as Sophie called the action here, and now she is off down to the podium. She's working double duties in this moto.
Oh yeah, she's going back and forth. She's taking lap times as well from here to there, and refreshing now more on the number 3, checks into the 4 spot, still able to hang on to the back of the podium. So
I'm not sure she lost a position on that crash.
She was right there pushing for 3rd at least. She had it for the moment, and so yeah, it's a little sigh of relief there. Got to wonder whether or not she's going to just back it down. 2-lap car and may have already taken, waiting on the white to come out. So Hannah Jamieson, though, what can you say as you look at this one rider on the ground? Unfortunate way to end that 3rd moto, but Jamieson been making a statement.
Zach, the white flag is already out, so this is the last lap there for our leader, Jamieson, and the rest, as she is on her way to perfection here. Girls 11 to 16. Got a 1 on the bike and a 1 across the board. Looks good, doesn't it?
Statement made. Yeah, we can't, all the talking in the world on the podium can't stay with that saying right there, and she's making it look easy. Stayed calm, even like you said, mistake early on, didn't let that unravel, went right back to work. And she buzzes by us here in the tower. Got a lot of lap traffic up ahead. I'm sure we're gonna check this kind of cruise this in.
Check it down there, girl. Gonna take the long way around the Bermuda Triangle. Take us home, Zach.
Here it is. Yet another 1-1-1, but this time it's Hannah Jamieson getting the job done once again. Wipes the hands off. No problem for the number 1. As there is Wes Kane ready to give some props. And how about it? I mean, a ton of consistency here this week, but that's been arguably one of the most consistent rides throughout the week. This class been a ton of fun. Tinley McCoy crosses the line in the number 2 spot. A 2-2-2 across the board for her as well.
And 2s across the number plate.
Yep. Yeah, wow. How about that? And Zoe Moore, potentially on the number 3, going to wind up in the number 3 position. As there you see Harris crosses the line in the number 3 spot for the Moto. Moore in the 4th place position, but hangs on to the overall podium in your girls 11 to 16 class. Rest of the field making their way through, taking that VP checker flag. And we'll get ready to give you that Rocky Mountain Rocky Mountain ATVMC top 10 is, man, I'm looking at some of the gaps. There was actually a bit more space there at the end of this than I thought. Hannah Jamieson hangs on. Tinley McCoy and Kelsey Harris round out your podium. Zoe Moore, JC Ray Jones, Kinsey Watanabe, Reagan Heighton, Josephina Opazzo, Lexi Gower, and Lily Spellman round out your top 10 in the Moto. And the overall breaks down like this. Easy math at the top. 1s and 2s across the board. Jamieson and McCoy. Zoe Moore with a 3-3-4 rounds out your podium. Harris and Jones going to round out your top 5 in that girls 11 to 16 overall. We'll have those awards coming up here on site a little bit later this afternoon, but let's look at the AMSOIL Rapid Replay, how it all went here in Moto number 3. And Jamieson and McCoy wasted no time working their way to the front. Jamieson got clean air, and we thought that was going to be it. A small mistake early on gave a little bit of excitement, but she picked it back up, and it might have even just lit a bigger fire underneath the number 1 as she charged to the front. But the battle was on for the backside of the podium, K-Dub.
Yes, it was. We're still looking at our number 1, who, like we said, just had one little mishap. And here we go. Here's the battle on screen, back through Storyland, and the tip over for Moore. Able to rebound fairly quickly, was attempting to make a pass and solidify 3rd in the Moto. She will come across 4th in the Moto, but 3rd overall. So a little heart rate jump there, but still managed to come across on a podium. And there it is, the 1-1-1. Gonna wipe them clean.
Woo. That's how you do it here at the ranch. Hannah Jamieson got to be fired up about that. We'll hear from her in just a moment, as well as the rest of your top 3. And there it is, the champ. Cooling off after
getting that hair off the neck.
Yeah, oh, I'm sure. Yeah,
ponytail turned up. Give me a tour water over the head, please.
And man, a 207.6 for her on that last lap. Well, sounds like we got Sophie Phelps standing by on the podium. Sophie, take it away.
Thanks, guys.
guys, I'm down here on the podium. We're looking for our bronze medalist. Her name is Kelsey Harris, and here she is. She's making her way up to the podium. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for bronze medalist Kelsey Harris. Kelsey, congratulations on what I believe is your first Moto podium here.
Yeah, it's my first one. I've been working so hard to get here. This is my one goal, was to get a podium, and I did it.
Well, you did it in the last opportunity here at the ranch. Tell us about that moto.
It was awesome. I didn't get the greatest start, but I just charged through. I was able to get up into third place, and then I just stuck there. I rode a consistent moto, and I was just trying not to make any mistakes and just take this one home.
Well, you did a great job. How does it feel to finally be up here?
It feels so amazing. I mean, my parents have given up so much to get me to this point, and I'm so grateful for it. And I can never be any happier about this third place.
That's awesome, Kelsey. It's well deserved. Who would you like to thank for helping you get here?
My mom, my dad, MTF, Buck Motorsports, FXR, Factory Connections, Works Connections, Mika Metals, Race Tech Titanium, Pro Circuit, and everybody else. Oh, and Promised Land MX. Everybody else.
Kelsey Harris, everyone, bronze medalist in Moto 3. Go Kelsey! Right on. Congratulations, Kelsey. We're going to pull up our third place overall finisher. Third place overall, we're looking for Zoe Moore. She's making her way up here. Here she is, ladies and gentlemen. A round of applause for Zoe Moore. All right, let's get a picture with that beautiful $250 check. Thank you very much to Flow Racing for that. Congratulations, Zoe. 334 Moto scores. An excellent rides by her this weekend. It's yours. Keep it. Next up, we'll talk to our silver medalist. Silver medalist Tinley McCoy. Tinley McCoy, your presence is requested on the podium.
You go, Tinley!
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Tinley McCoy. A silver medal and $500 from Flow Racing. Tinley, that's a good feeling. 222 on the week. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I didn't get the whole shot, but that start was my best start of the week. And then Hannah went down, and I got to lead a couple laps, and then she passed me back. But I rode consistent from there and rode my heart out.
Well, you did a great job, and it's awesome to see you up here on the podium. What do you have to look forward to after Loretta's?
I leave here today and go straight to Canada to race Trans-Can.
Best of luck there, Tinley. Who would you like to thank for helping you get here?
I thank my mom and dad, the 22 crew, Jason Drew at VIP Academy, Owen Motorsports, OG, Singe, LS2, FMF, Rob Fox with Dunlop, Monster Army, Nick, he does a lot for me there. Pro Taper, 512 Racing, A-Team Roofing, Bright Metals, Full Send Paint Co. for getting me an awesome helmet this weekend. Don't Moto, Doji Shades, Moto Task, Old School Plates, P3 Carbon, Fuel Factory, Moto Sport, T-Rex, Tamer, John Mitchell Racing, and Moto Pops.
Give it up for Tinley McCoy, silver medalist and second overall. All right, ladies and gentlemen, with 111 Moto scores, put your hands together for Hannah Jamison. Hannah, that 111 in stack of golds has got to feel good.
Yeah, it feels great.
Will you tell me about your moto?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I got off to a decent start and then got into the lead and decided to take another dirt sample, so that was great. And then I got up and just put my head down, was able to get back to the lead and get it done.
Now, on TV, we weren't able to see what happened to you there in that corner. Can you tell us?
It's just a little slick over there, tucked my front, and then the bike stayed running, so that was good.
Well, you've worked really hard to be here. Where are you going after Loretta Lynn's?
Probably going to go home and eat some ice cream, and then back to next level, and then get ready for Baja.
There it is from Hannah Jamison. Before we celebrate too much, we're going to welcome up Chris. He's from Flow Racing, and he's going to present to you the Flow Racing $1,000 check for being a national champion here this week. Hannah, what are you going to do with $1,000 from Flow Racing?
Save it.
Oh, very smart. I like it very much. Next up, we've got Haley. She is from On Track, and she also has a check for you. You're just stacking them up here. On Track, check. Flow Racing, check. Lots of checks. Very good. All right, Hannah, who would you like to thank?
I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, Jesus Christ for keeping me safe. Everyone from Next Level, Jess, Eddie, Chris Blows, Tim Ferry, sorry. Bees Moto Lab, Brandon and Trey from over there, Lynx, Maximum, Monster, Nick and Mike from over there, Fox, Alex, Matt, Connor, everyone from over there, Nick, Dunlop, Rob Fox, Husky, Darian, FCA, Carol, T-Rex, Wild Bunch, T-Rex, Guts, Tamer, and everyone else. Thank you so much.
All right, before we celebrate too much, we have Willie Browning to bring up the real prize here, which is an AMA #1 plate, which means Hannah Jamieson, you are the 2026 Amateur National Champion, and Loretta Lynn's in the girls 11 to 16 class. Give it up for Hannah! That's all we have down here at the podium. Back up to you boys in the tower.